March 30th.
It's March 0.
March 30th today.
March 0.
Day before Easter.
March 0.
What are you throwing away?
0.
Are you throwing away your diapers?
No.
Is your,
My diapers.
they're your diapers?
No.
So we've been having a bunch of calves lately. And so yesterday, between yesterday and last night, we had 3 heifer calves. So I had Tucker down here. He's gonna help me get them up to the calf barn. Let's see if anything else calves here. Oh, still just the 3, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to go. I'm guessing that one with the big bag, she's gonna be calving here today, I'd say. Her tail's up. She's being pretty motherly around that other calf. I would guess in an hour or 2 she'll have her calf. She looks like she might be a little trouble with that big a bag. They like to get milk fever, but she is kind of a crossbreed. She has
a really big bag.
She does have a really big bag, so she's actually.
And she barely sees us.
That's fine. So she is part Montbéliard, kind of a beef cross that we tried for a little while, and some of them are really good, some were really bad. Actually, not real bad. They're beefy. They weren't real good dairy cows, but some got a little more dairy to them, like her, and they really produced some milk. Well, I'm gonna get the bobcat, put the bucket on. We'll throw the calves in the bucket. You're gonna sit in there with them, get on to the calf barn. Alright, so she had a big bull calf, but she's got milk fever. She doesn't want to get up and she's kind of shaking and stuff. So we're going to give her, IV her with some calcium, get her up and going. I think she'll be up on her feet soon. Yeah, go. Get him. Bye. Alright, that didn't really go as planned. She's up, that's good, but she definitely has milk fever. She's pretty wobbly. I'm gonna try to give her that blue stuff, see if she'll drink that good. We'll try to get her in the parlor, get her some heifer. See how once she moves and walks a little more, we'll decide if we're gonna bring her in the parlor or not. If she's really wobbly, I'll keep her out. I don't want her going down in there. Hopefully she drinks that blue stuff for me. Hey everyone, so it's April 2nd and it's starting to get pretty nice. So we had that early spring, we're doing field work and picking rocks. Then we got that foot of snow, kind of a late winters, and now I think we're getting back into kind of a normal spring pattern. It looks like, I look at the forecast, it's going to be pretty decent. 30s and 40s the rest of this week, and next week looks like it's going to be in the 50s, and none of the lows are in the get under 30, I think. So this snow is going to disappear here pretty quick. So I say we got probably a week to 10 days till we might legitly start doing field work hardcore. So we're just getting some. I thought I saw the gate open on the heifer shed, but it's not. False alarm. So we've got a few little projects we want to get done before we get real busy. Today's project, so this is my bedding. It's called a side shooter. That's what we bed the cattle with. And something I've been wanting to do for a while. So when I fill this up, I tip it way down and go scoop up to the pile, and you kind of tip it up. And as you do that, down here it gets pushed into the pile. And this frame, like right here, it gets, you get bedding gets hung up in here, and in here and in the track. Then as you drive across the yard and into the barn, that always falls out. It just gets wasted. And there's a good scoop shovel worth there, every bucket basically. So what I want to do is get a thin piece of sheet metal and bolt it underneath this lip here, and bolt it again down here, just to keep all that bedding from getting in there and just getting wasted, I guess. The reason why they keep it open is there's a bunch of grease zerks in here somewhere. Actually, they're up there. So we're gonna, it's not gonna be a permanent thing, we're just gonna bolt it on there so that whenever I need to grease it, just take a couple bolts out, take it off and grease it up. Thinking it should work all right, as long as this doesn't bow. Maybe we'll get bedding under there, but there is going to be a lot of pressure against it. So we're gonna pressure wash it so I can grease it up, get out all the grease zerks, grease it up good, measure that up, and go find some steel to put on there. So little change of plans. I walked into the back of the shed here just to see what we had laying around for scrap stuff. Saw the sheet of plywood there. Measured it. It's about 1 inch short of what I need. But, or the lengthwise it's 1 inch short. It's plenty long. I decided I'm going to try to use this instead. Basically because it's going to probably never get used. Or it might get used someday, but that's why you keep scraps for stuff like this. We're gonna throw that on there, kind of a test run, see how that works. If it lasts for a while, great. If it starts to break or just get ripped off or something, then I guess I'll have my holes already drilled. Well, then I'll get a sheet of steel, but we'll give this a try first. We'll cut it to length and slap her on there. So this has given me a lot more headaches than I anticipated. If that board would just been 2 inches long wider, I wouldn't have problems. But since it is too short, so on this side, I got the hole and I can get at it from right here, which is fine. But then on this side, the hole, it didn't get on this side of that brace. So to mount it, I have to be on this side. But the problem is, with the board on here, I can't get behind it to get the nut on. So I tried going a little lower so I could get the bolt coming from the back side, but then I broke the bit off. So what I'm doing now is where the hole is, I'm putting threads in that hole. So it's basically turning that hole into a nut. This is called a tap and die. So this is kind of like a drill bit, sort of. It, as you turn it in there and screw it in, it actually cuts threads in. So I'll show you this box of it. It's kind of an ancient old tap and die set. This actually used to be Grandpa's. But it has all kinds of different sizes. So these will put your threads in. And then if you have like a bolt that the threads are bad on, you spin this on the bolt and that'll cut or clean up the new threads that's threaded on the inside. It's kind of the opposite of what this is. This does not get used very often, but it's a pretty handy tool. So we're going to try to put some threads in there and see how that works. I decided to put one in the middle here too. That one I did already, but it does take. So we're going to do that one and throw it back on there. Let's see how long it holds. More than one way to skin a cat. Alright, so Dad called. We got a neighbor that he sold his cows here about a year ago or so. And we bought a couple heifers from him in the past, and he's got one right now that's starting to bag up. So we decided we're probably going to go buy that from him. So we're going to go get that loaded up in the barn.